Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutiraye. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to all of you. And we welcome all you, my beautiful younger brothers and sisters, for this session. Some of you are smiling, some of you are not smiling. You know, some of you are busy with something else, right? Vamana is busy with something else. Dimanta is very busy, right? So, nice to see you all. Hare Krishna. Hope you are enjoying your holidays, right? So now, today we are going to discuss on one topic, and the topic is value of parents. I know you may not like this topic very much, but still we will take this topic, okay? Value of parents. I am sure you are wonderful children of Damodar Desh. You never argue with your parents, and whatever they say, you simply obey. Is it so? Right? No, right? Yeah, many of you may argue. Many of you may, get into some kind of heated argument, and at the end of the argument, some of you may cry, some of you may keep quiet. Okay, so today our topic is value of parents, and after the topic you can decide how you want to behave. So the topic is value of parents from Ramayana. No, what happened, Vamana? You are saying no. Okay, so in between you want to say something to me, you can type in the chat box. Okay, right. Hope you all agree with the topic. If you don't want the topic, then we can change the topic. Okay. So value of parents from Ramayana. So today we are going to talk about Dasharatha. Dasharatha is father of Lord Ramachandra. You all know, you are very brilliant students, so you all know. Thank you. Agreed. Bhavya agreed. Thank you so much, Bhavya. So, Dasharatha, father of Lord Ramchandra, and his name has got a special purpose. Yeah, thank you. Many of you are agreeing. Rishi is agreeing. Vaman, everybody is agreeing. Thank you so much. So, Dasharatha, the word has a very special meaning. Dasharatha means 10 chariots. Dasha is 10, Ratha is chariot, 10 chariots. So, the idea is like, how rich a man will be if he has got 10 cars in front of your house. You all must be having, your dad must be having 1 car, 2 car at the maximum, 2 cars. Imagine your father has got 10 cars in front, in the courtyard. He has got a BMW, then he got a Jaguar, he has got a Rolls Royce, 10 cars are parked. So your father must be rich, right? Otherwise, how can he afford for 10 cars? So Dasharatha means he has got 10 chariots, which has got multiple meanings. One is, he is very rich and very powerful. And the second meaning is, he has the capacity to drive 10 chariots simultaneously. And another meaning is he can drive a chariot as though he is driving 10 chariots, which all directly or indirectly says Dasharatha is a very powerful king. Understood? Yeah. Very powerful, solid king. And he is king of the kings. That's why we call them emperor. There is a difference between king and an emperor. King is a king of a small place. Emperor means he will have so many kings under him, then he is an emperor. So Dasharatha is not a king, he is emperor. So Adarsh Balaji wants me to repeat the points. Okay, so Dasharatha, the word Dasharatha has got multiple meaning. One is he has got 10 rathas, 10 chariot, which shows he is powerful. And the second is he can drive 10 chariots simultaneously, which means again he is very powerful. You know, you all ride a bicycle, right? You all ride a bicycle. How many of you can ride 2 bicycles at the same time? Is it possible? No, it's not possible, right? Yeah. Maybe you can ride. Who is the genius Superman there in the class? Right, okay. It's very difficult. Yeah, it's okay. I am sure I can ride only one. If I try the second one, I will be lying on the floor. Okay. So Dasharatha can ride 10 chariots at a time and he has got the power. So which all directly or indirectly means he's a very powerful emperor. Very powerful. Once upon a time, he was ruling almost the whole Bharatavarsha. The Bharatavarsha means not the present India. The present India is a tiny one. You all know, right? It has got, Himalayas on the top and Indian Ocean on the bottom. It's a tiny, tiny piece of land. But the ancient Bharatavarsha is much, much more expansive. It is an expanded place, a huge one. And Dasharatha Maharaja, Dasharatha Emperor was ruling Bharatavarsha. Very big, very powerful king. And a beautiful or a very instructive incident happened in his life once. One day, he went on hunting. So he went to river Ganges, Ganga, and he was waiting for a deer to come and drink water. So he was waiting, he was hiding behind the bushes, and with full focus he has got his bows and arrows, everything steady, ready, waiting. And suddenly he heard a small drinking, voice from the other side of the Ganges. So he thought, a deer is trying to drink water. When you collect water from a river or a tub or something, you put your vessel inside, then it makes bluk, 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 some kind of sound, right? So Dasharatha thought a deer is trying to drink water, and with full focus, and you see, Dasharatha is such a powerful king, he can shoot his arrows from the direction from where the sound, emanates. Not by seeing, just by hearing, Is it possible? Can you close your eyes, go to a basketball court and simply try to listen to the sound of the net, and can you drop a ball closing your eyes? Is it possible? With opened eyes, I can't do that. But Dasharatha can shoot just by hearing. He's very powerful, very trained, very powerful and a trained soldier. So he was waiting patiently and he could hear the sound, bluk, 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 like that. Yeah. Thanks for all the comments. And he shot, and the arrow went and pierced the destiny or the goal or the focused point. And suddenly Dasharatha heard a human cry. Yeah, correct. You're all guessing right. A human cry. Sound of a boy. He screamed. he screamed his parents' name. If somebody hits us, we may call ayo, that's how we scream. I am sure many of you don't call Krishna's name. Are we going to call Krishna? If somebody slaps, Hare Krishna, will you say like that? We may scream all kinds of strange noises. And this boy, yes, true, his name was Shravan Kumar. So, he screamed his parents' name. Then Dasharatha realized, oh my God, I shot a boy. Then he ran to that place and he saw this boy was lying in the pool of blood. And he had a water collecting pitcher in his hand, a vessel, a jug in his hand. He came to collect water for his blind parents. Then Dasharatha was moved. He had tears in his eyes. He took that Shravan Kumar boy on his lap and begged and said, sorry, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And the words came from the heart, not from the lips. Many times we say sorry and thank you, and that sorry and thank you always comes from the lips, not from the heart. Do we really feel and say thank you, or we just say thank you like that? It just comes from the mouth. You don't feel it. But when Dasharatha said sorry and begged forgiveness, he was really feeling. He had tears in his eyes. He was moved. He hugged that boy, embraced that boy, and he was repeatedly saying, sorry, 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 again and again and again. Looks like many of you know the story and, you are typing. Thank you so much for giving me valid points, right? So then the boy, Shravan Kumar, said, oh dear king, I am not feeling bad about this. It's okay, you killed me. I am happy to be shot by you. I'm not feeling bad, but my old blind parents are sitting little away from me and they're waiting for water. Can you please take this water and give it to them? And Dasharatha said, yes. And by the time the boy left his body, he passed away. And Dasharatha, with such a heavy heart, he was feeling so bad, and he carried the water and went towards Shravan Kumar's parents. You see, the thoughts have weight. You all have thoughts, right? You all think. So you all have thoughts. And Ramayana says, thoughts have weight. How do you feel that? When you are heavy, when you are disappointed, when you are disturbed, when you are hurt, you feel the heaviness of thought. Like, you are coming back home and you got a mark today, 100 for, 0 out of 100. One day you got that great mark. I have got this mark many times in my life. I am sure none of you have got that kind of a mark. You are very intelligent, brilliant, smart kids. And you got this, imagine you got 0 out of 100. How you will come back to your home, come back to your house, screaming, Mama, I'm so happy I've got 0, nobody has got in that class. You come back like that? Or you will be dragging yourself and walking so lethargically. How you will come back? Yeah, dragging, you will come so upset. That means you are carrying something heavy in your heart. You are feeling very heavy. On the other day, what happens? You get, 100 out of 100, the first mark, and you're the best topper in the school. And how do you come back home? Jumping and screaming, and maybe you'll do a somersault also, and you reach home because you're weightless. You have a positive thought, you have a joyful thought, and you became weightless, happy. So, Dasharatha had a heavy heart because he killed Shravan Kumar. Then Dasharatha went to Shravan Kumar's blind parents. And the parents did not know that Shravan Kumar is dead. And when they heard the footsteps of somebody coming closer, the blind parents said, Shravan, why it took so long for you? Why were you so delayed? We are so thirsty. Give us water. and we have to continue our pilgrimage. They were on a pilgrimage. Like on vacation, you come back to India.